Yo, yo. This is a one-legged stool. It's called a carpenter's stool. Now, the carpenter, once he sits on it, his legs provide for him a tripod effect. And he can move around with his buttocks seated on this stool quite efficiently. But then later came a three-legged stool. Now he's firmly fixed, and when he sits, that is the carpenter, and he's stable. To my knowledge, there's no such thing as a two-legged stool. But now, hell, I can be wrong on that. No big deal. But the reason why I'm mentioning this three-legged stool is that those old guys, those ancient ones who set up this Constitution, set it up with three legs to the Constitution, or to our system of government. The legislative, the executive, and the judicial. These things are supposed to be a firm foundation. When one leg of this stool is shorter than the other, then we run into a problem. Things get out of balance. Out of balance. Things today are out of balance. And the short leg of the stool happens to be Congress. And the reason why they are the short leg of the stool, these congressmen that take an oath to uphold the Constitution of the United States are falling far short of that responsibility. When you have a group who they made a pledge, a group of them made a pledge outside of their duty as a congressman, then they are surely lacking. They missed the point of the oath. Now, I'm somewhat complaining about that, or commenting on it, to say the least. When Director Brannon took his oath on the Constitution, and I noticed some people complained. At first I thought it was a novelty, then I said, oh shit. These congressmen need to take the oath on the Constitution. Well, people are going to say, no, you don't want to do that. You got to take the oath by the Bible. You got to use the Bible. Well, we go through this thing about which Bible, how old the Bible is, whose Bible it is, and then we get to the point, well, will he swear or affirm? People who are, I believe, are deeply religious don't really like swearing on the Bible. So they may put their hand up and affirm their commitment to the Constitution, which is quite all right. What gets me back to the congressman. In all cases, I think probably in history, they have sworn on a Bible or took the oath with their hand on a Bible, whether they affirmed or swore. I don't know the difference. But after they do that, it should be a requirement that they go back and read their responsibility under the Constitution, especially when we're talking about taxation, levying taxes, authorizing war. In my old age, I think these people take those terms lightly. First off, on taxation, they agreed, or not agreed, yeah, agreed. They made a pledge, a group of them made a pledge outside of the Constitution to talk about no taxes. Well, this government, every other gathering of people in history who set up a society, they collect taxes. And a fair society tries to take tax, can't say equally, say proportionally, but they want to tax everyone. So this mindset we have today that we don't tax the rich who derive the most out of this society of all these people that make up the United States, not to tax them proportionally and fairly to how they tax us down here on the low end, represents a mindset that is detrimental to our republic and in violation of their oath of office. They are the guys who levy taxes, part of their job, and make sure we pay our bills. When they allow the super rich not to be taxed proportionally, I'll say, or adequately, then they have fallen flat on their face. And I believe that they should be required to go back and really take to heart that Constitution. So when Director Brennan put his hand on that Constitution, I thought, after consideration, well, really, wow, maybe he knows what's in that thing. And maybe, just maybe, he, or I'll put it this way, the Bible makes sure that we put ourselves in a position of being favorable in the eyes of God and our life in the hereafter. But in this system, this republic we have, which talks about we the people, is talking about putting oneself in good stead in the here and now. And in the here and now, our Congress, not everyone, there are enough rabble-rousers, liars, procrastinators, obfuscators, who run all over our Constitution. Now, what can we do about that? Is the question. Yo, yo. One thing I think we need to do about the Constitution is to amend the 27th Amendment. That is a powerful amendment that those old guys have set up. And when I look at it, its power is in the fact that their wages are set, can't be altered. They determine their own wage increase. And in that period of time back then, it sort of insulated them from the charlatans, the crooks, the people who wanted to exert undue influence on that institution. But now, today, it doesn't work too good. We have grown so affluent and powerful. We like that money. And we found out that we have the conquest that the rich people can pay for. They're bought. They don't like to say they're bought. But when we look at how they are struggling mightily right now, I mean mightily, to protect their rich donors, whether it be the big companies, some powerful interest group, or just people with a whole bunch of money who throw money at them to gain influence. And if you're of the mindset that you say that money does not buy influence, then just look at our system. Look what it takes. Look what money you need to even run for office. And we love this system because as they gather money and we set up the entertainment field around them, where in order for us to be entertained, they go on television and stuff and make these pronouncements, genuflect, act well, however they act. It's all because to do that and be seen in the media, they have to pay the media. The media today love the political seasons because then the money flows like water over a busted dam. Yo, yo.